Hey, welcome to episode 100 of the Evolved Dad Shortcast. It's exciting. I'm not going to lie. I started with the Evolved Dad account, well, what actually became the Evolved Dad account in late 2022. The Evolved Dad account was born in January of 2023. I started this podcast in June, I believe, of 2023. So I'm almost about 2 years in, one episode a week, nothing big. And I want to take this episode to bring out a little bit more what the Evolved Dad is about and what it's not about. The Evolved Dad account is not a money-making platform. If anything, I've spent quite a few $1,000s over the past few years investing in the Evolved Dad account. It's not something that I'm just sitting around the whole day. I would love to be on more spaces and having more chats with dads. But the reality for me is that I have a full-time job. Very full-time. So what keeps me going is knowing that I've been able to make such a drastic change in my own life. If you listen to some of my earlier podcasts, I go through a little bit of who I was, who I am, and the changes that I've been able to make over the past number of years have transformed who I am today. From weight loss to changing the relationship I have with my wife, changing the relationship I have with my children, how I show up. And it excites me so much that there's no need to be able to make this change. There's no need for spending money. There's no need to make such a drastic change today for tomorrow. That it's the little steps over time that help you get there. Yes, there are products that I have out there that I have to pay for. And the reason is because I want to help more people. Some, maybe even many, myself included, will only really learn when we're putting money on the line. As far as like really working hard at something. I've had many calls with dads. No charge. Just from my content, I've been getting a good amount of feedback from people, from dads. The spaces that we've had, not so much from the podcast, a little bit here and there. But the idea is, I've been able to see such a drastic change in my life, in how I approach situations, how I show up for my family. And am I perfect? Most definitely not. I have my ups, I have my downs. But the important thing is to keep going in that direction of up, getting better, doing more, becoming a better dad, becoming a better husband, becoming a better self, taking care of myself, taking care of my wife, taking care of my children, and constantly stepping up that game. And there are hard times. That's normal. There are situations where I mess up. That's normal. But the idea is to get back onto the right path. And that is the core idea of this account. And I can guarantee you, if it was all about monetization, I would have been gone a long time ago. I'm sitting here recording episode 100. Can't believe I'm saying that. Just about 2 years after I started recording podcasts. And it used to definitely be a lot more nerve wracking. But I feel that I have more to give over, where dads can get a new perspective. I don't want to see more dads making the mistakes that I made. I can't go back and change all those times that I miss with my older kids. I can't go back on those times where I wasn't a good husband to my wife. And it still hurts and pains me to say that, because that is now written into their lives. There's nothing that I can ever do to change that. So by me creating this platform where I can hopefully influence dads for the better so they don't make those mistakes, to me is worth every little bit of energy that I put into it. For a dad to get a perspective, for a father to get the perspective of, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Or someone that may not be a dad yet, or maybe going into a marriage, and getting a viewpoint that will help steer him clear of those mistakes, to me is worth everything. And that's truly why I'm here. Because living every day knowing that I'm repairing from past mistakes. And don't get me wrong, I'm grateful that I've learned from all of those. I'm grateful that I'm at the point where I am. I'm grateful for an amazing wife who's stood by me no matter what. I'm grateful for my kids, for each one of them, for everything about them. Each kid has their own things that they bring to the table. I learned how to become a better dad by dealing with each one of my kids in their own way. Be it patience, be it learning new things, be it helping guide them based on their circumstances. I'm grateful that we have a home, that we're a family. And to be honest, I'm grateful that I even have a platform. I'm not like this magical guy that everything is perfect for, everything's beautiful, everything's going my way. That's why I'm here, because I'm not all that. And I'm here to show you that this works. When I put out these products or freebies or everything like that, it's because these are things that I know that they work. If I could, and I had no other thing to take care of, I would have no problem sitting on endless calls with dads. I love having chats with dads, talking over ideas, getting new ideas from them. I don't know everything. New concepts, new perspectives. And we help each other. We've built community like that. That's what the Evolved Dad is about. It's about building better dads together. There's three pillars that, as the Evolved Dad, I stand on. And I truly believe this. This is something that I've been able to glean from my journey. The first and foremost is personal growth. Without personal growth, we're not going anywhere. The second one is redefining what fatherhood is in the current generation, the time that we live in, and to kick back at society for what society has done to dads. And the final is really community, that we're all here to support each other. If you're able to take those three things, to focus on them, they will take you so far on the journey. You're not going to need anything else. Now, don't get me wrong. They're not as simple as just the words that I just said. There's a lot that goes into each one of those. But if you can really focus on those three things, that's really all it takes. And like I said earlier, it doesn't have to all change tomorrow, and it's not going to all change tomorrow. If you try changing it all tomorrow, it's all going to collapse. All you have to do is commit to the growth. Something I haven't said in quite some time. Resolve to evolve. That's my core. Resolve to evolve. It's all about evolving, but you need to commit to the fact that you're going to evolve, that you're going to continue evolving. With that, I want to say thank you to you. I'm grateful for you. You're the reason that I'm showing up every single day. And I hope that I can give over at least a little bit of an idea of how to take that next step forward. I don't know what you're going through or what you're dealing with, but I hope somehow that little bit of what I give over can help you take it to the next step. And if there is ever anything you want to chat about, I'm always available. Best is to get me on X. And wishing you all the best on your journey. It's an awesome journey. It's not an easy one, but it's worth every single moment. As always, I want to thank you for joining me on this journey, spending your time with me today. Thank you for joining me for episode 100. And I hope to keep seeing you back. And that's it for today. This is Jonathan, the Evolved Dad, signing off.